Alright, welcome to the fourth video of this tutorial. Now, having known what a formula and a function is, we're going to look at functions in Excel, the built-in functions. Um, there are nearly 500 functions in Excel, so we're going to take a look at some of them. We are going to be working with some function, summing function, the average function, the mass function. You can see their explanations there, their functions. The mass function, the mean function, um, the count function, count function. Under the count function, we still have count if function. Uh, we're going to be working with count a function, still under the count function. They all have their different usage or different function. Now we are going to be working with nested if function. We're going to look at the if function, and it's going to work with what is called lookup function, meaning horizontal lookup function, as well as VLOOKUP function, meaning vertical lookup functions. So these are their functions, or their guide of use, their main purpose of use. So you look at them and know which one uh, is going to work out for you, depending what you want to carry out. Now this is a clear view of it, their functions. So you can write it down with your pen, with your paper, so that you cannot forget their functions. Now we're going to look at before that, there are two ways to insert a functions. One way is by typing in the function name, preceding it with an equal sign before the function name, equals to, before you perform any calculation in Excel, you have to precede it with an equal sign. Then type the function name, then open your bracket. This is a correct or valid function, because showing you the syntax beneath it. Now this is a way to insert a function by typing the function name. Another way to do this is by going to formula tab under the ribbons tab, then click on FS insert function. Now then you choose the function. A drop down dialog box appear like this. Then you choose the function of your choice. You can select the category, choose the function that will work at for what you're looking for. Now you can see we want to use the most recently used. Now you select the one that you want to work with. Let's say the count, then strike enter. Then to ask you to input the value. The value can be the cell, will be the cell range or cell address. Then you can start, let's say for example, say A2. Then you put the second cell. So the value, there is no value. To tell you hash value, meaning there is an error because there is no values in those in the specified cell. You can put the next value here. So after putting it, then you strike enter. So it will return 0 because there is no value in those um, cells. Now that is how to insert ways of inserting a functions. Okay. Now we're going to be looking at how to perform calculations with these functions one after the other. Now I've already prepared a sample data where we'll be making some calculations, simple calculations. We're going to start with the simple. From simple, we'll enter into the advanced or complex calculations. So we'll start from simple because we want you to have a total comprehension of the process of the functions before we go to complex, so I will not get confused. Now we have a sample data where we want to calculate the rate and quantity of items. So we have our items listed here. We have the quantities and we have the rate for each. Now to make this, we get the total amount for these items. We have to make a formula. So using a formula or a sum, let's for this one let's try to use the formula first. So we say equals to, sorry, equals to, then you put the cell address equals to B, that's B, the quantity is on B3 for the first item. Now you put any operator, it should be the multiplication operator, then times the rate, being 1000. So you not use 1000, you use the cell address. Now you say C3. Now this is good, it has selected this is going to multiply the sum, the product, and give you the answer. So in Excel enables us to do to perform an autofill on when you're making calculations. An autofill enables you to quickly get a sum or addition of items uh, uh, while you're calculating. So what is the autofill here is the drop down box here, the small box here. So you place your cursor till it changes to this cross sign. Either you double click on it or you click and drag. Let's double click on your mouse. So it gives us the total of the rest items without typing the formulas individually. So you see how amazing Excel is. So this is what we need to do on this sample data. Now we'll progress to another sample data I got here. Now this, let me zoom it so I can be seeing it. Now this uh, monthly salary, and these expenses, and these savings, and this net income. So we're going to look at this savings, getting the savings out of a monthly incomes per year. So we're going to get the savings per each month. So what do? We start with our formula. So we can put our equal sign. So we are going to get the expenses out of the monthly salary here. So which is B2 uh, minus C2. Now strike enter on your keyboard. Now if you can use your calculator or to check, you know that the monthly salary here minus these expenses give us this savings 18,000. Now you drag with the autofill without wasting time to December. Now it will give us the result of other items, other items on the list. Now we do for net income. Net income is the expenses to minus the monthly salary. So that is the net income. So the same thing we do here. So we do equals the monthly salary, B2 minus C2. Now strike enter on your keyboard. We are using this called formula. We are using formula to do this. You do autofill again. It gives us the same thing. Now we go down to calculate the total salary for the year. So the total salary will be the cell ranges from say B2 to B13. So we do, now we're going to use the function, the sum function, to get an addition. So equals sum, open your bracket, B2 to B13. So B13, say B13, strike enter on your keyboard. Now this is the total salary for the year. Now we do the total expenses, which is in expenses is in row C. Now we do we use the sum function equals sum C2 to C13. Yes. Check enter on your keyboard. It gives us the total expenses. Now we do the total savings. is total service on cell D row cell D, from starting from cell D2 to cell D13. Now we do total savings equals to sum D2 to D13. Strike enter on your keyboard. It gives us the total savings for the year. Now we get the maximum expenses. The maximum expenses is under cell C2 to C13. Now the maximum, now we just need to know the maximum expenses altogether, just to know the maximum, which one is the biggest. Now we say equals mass, that is function, equals mass. Where is it located? It's on C2 to C13. Now strike enter on your keyboard. That is the let's was check. That is this is the highest, or the highest expenses, the biggest expenses. Now we do the minimum expenses. It will be equals mean, that is the function name, equals mean. See on that expenses C2 to C13. Select enter. The minimum, which is the lowest expenses, is the 5,000. You can see on the list, 5,000 is the list. Now we do maximum savings. Savings is in what row now? Savings is in row D. Now so we do maximum savings equals to mass, then open your bracket, say D2 to D13. Check enter on your keyboard. This is the mass, which is the maximum biggest savings, or maximum savings. So you can see is 25,000. So 25,000 is the biggest got it here, biggest savings on that list. No, to know the minimum savings nice also equals to mean. Sorry, when you encounter problem like this, press escape on your keyboard. Escape. What is this? Equals to mean. Let's continue. Equals to mean D2 to D13. Strike enter on your keyboard. Now this is the minimum savings for the year. Now let us continue with some another example, like to let us count let's count number of using the count a function, count the number of expenses. So to count just the numbers of expenses, let us use that function equals let's say number of expenses. So it will be equals count, the function name, then expenses is in column row C2, number of expenses to C13. So these are, start entering your keyboard. So number of expenses is 12. So that is how to use the count function to know number of items. So I will proceed on the code. We are going to use more be using more functions to make calculations. So let's see another example I have here. Another sample data. This is a on to 0, so I can be viewing very well. Now this is a calculating a supply of computer system of 20 set of Pentium 4 systems, with delivery and installation. Now I want to know the total amount total amount for these items here, each of them, and add the delivery and installation, then get the total amount, the overall grand total. That's supposed to be grand total. Grand total, grand total amount. Now we start with the same process. Now we use the function, we use formula rather, equals the quantity here is 20, which is b2 times, we use operator multiplication sign, times the weight, which is d3. Sorry, there's a mistake here. That's supposed to be d3. Sorry, d3. Then strike enter on your keyboard. Now this is the total for this, the first item here. Now we do the autofill very fast to this computer. Yeah. Now we quickly do the delivery. Delivery is there, nothing to calculate. All we have to do is to merge to make it look more professional. Now we merge this, merge and center, merge. Down to how to merge it and use merge, and merge and use merge. Try to be excellent. Why is it merging and center? And merge. Okay, I see the problem here. Okay, now merge this one. Now, so to get the total, grand total now is total of everything in the total. Now we are going to use the sum function now. Equals sum, open the brackets, type the first total, which is in row column E, row 3, which is E3 to E to E10, no, E12 rather, E12. And strike enter on your keyboard. This is the total, grand total. So these are basic calculations. We are going to progress to more complex calculations, and as we proceed on this tutorial. Now we'll see you in the next video. God bless you.